Welcome to your guided meditation. I do have the playlist link in the description. And so it's called Medication 22. We're actually going to start on the second track. So go ahead and queue up the second track and then make sure you're not on shuffle and I'll do my little countdown. Um, yeah, no, that's fine. It'll just be a short one anyway, so I don't think you're going to miss anything. So I do a little countdown. I say three, two, one, and then we press play at the same time. Three, two, one, play. And so if you'd like to lay down, you can go ahead and recline your body. Otherwise, you're finding a comfortable seat. And comfortable seat means if you are in a chair and your feet are touching the earth, you'll go ahead and let your feet make contact. If you are sitting on a meditation cushion or on the earth and the legs are crossed or you're sitting on your knees, can you just start to find that long spine? And so if you've never been in one of my meditation classes before, a little bit of what to expect is that I do guide you in some relaxation, some connecting with the breath, and then we will have a short period of silence followed by a little bit of integration. Beautiful. And so just know whatever you're doing right now to arrive, totally okay. We tend to get into those ways of thinking that things need to be rigid or things need to be really following a certain formula, and sometimes when we do that, we're actually cutting off our ability to be in that place of feeling, that place of receptivity, of saying what's actually happening right now versus my plan, versus my expectation, versus what I want to happen in the future. And so, already right now, as you look around your environment and you start to feel your clothing or your cozy pajamas or your blanket or whatever you have, you're already calling in presence, calling in that ability to receive what is here for you rather than hanging on to, clinging on to what it is that you don't have that you want. If you have your aromatherapy, go ahead and grab it. You can smell from the bottle or go ahead and put a drop in the hand. If you don't have an oil, you can imagine yourself standing in a dewy forest and what that smells like to smell the bark and the leaves and that dew, that freshness. So you're calling in using the senses to become more present. If it's a comfortable time to start to close the eyes, you can do that. If closing the eyes isn't comfortable for you, you don't have to. So again, it's that place of choice of knowing what works best for you. And sometimes you don't know unless you try things out. So you can also just remember that your choice to be curious, your choice to be open to new experiences also gets to be a part of this process. It gets to be a part of your ability to show up for what is calling you forward in your life. And so as you settle in, looks like tonight on the live class, everybody's laying down. And so another reminder that if your low back is sensitive, you can always put some extra support under the knees. And so as you start to raise the legs up, that gives a little bit more of spreading and opening at the back of the pelvis. And so that's your lower back, the sacrum. And as you start to breathe and open into relaxation, each breath is actually creating movement there at the low back. So, what are the parts of your body that you first pay attention to when you think about breathing? As you let yourself take a couple more full breaths, where do you feel it in your body? And it doesn't need to be the same as what it has felt like in the past. It gets to be a new breath, a new you right now. If it's possible, breathe in and out through the nose. So already there's a settling that has happened. All of those action steps that you took earlier are now complete. And so you let yourself enjoy the fruits of your own labor. Really allow yourself to become more still within your environment, more still within this setup. Laying down, your body's already receiving signals that all is well. There's nothing to run from, there's nothing to look out for. You don't need to quickly turn your head to look behind you. And so it also gets to be a place of trust. Can you start to let your body trust the way that you're breathing? And so even in the guidance, showing up for me to tell you what might feel good right now, can you let yourself be your first teacher? And you get to cross over into that place where it's your practice, your body, your breath. It's an ownership. And even in that place of ownership, you might be letting go into a little bit more faith, into a little bit more surrender. It's that loosening of your grip. And one of the ways that you know that you're in the right place is that it might even feel a little bit unpredictable. And that's okay. Starting to slow the breath without me guiding it. Did your belly already start to get more involved? Without me guiding it, are you taking your time to let the breath slowly release from the body? What do you feel? So, a little room here for 3 more breaths. There's no need to count. I'll let you know when it's complete. Following your breath in, following your breath out. Can you start to lengthen those breaths? There's the pace of the music, there's the pace of your internal rhythm, and then there's that sweet spot. Where does your breath want to land in the body? Softening the jaw, relaxing your tongue. We'll start to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. If you want to add on a little sound, you can moan a little bit, sigh a little bit as you release it. Using the vibrations in your vocal cords to release any built up stress or tension. That sigh. It's a clearing. And again, can you get curious? Maybe it feels a little different to activate through the throat chakra as you're calling in the relaxation. Letting those vibrations wash over your body. 2 more breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then now, if it's comfortable for you, we'll breathe in and out both through the mouth. If that doesn't work for you, follow whatever does feel right for you. And so you just have to remember that even when I'm guiding you through the practice, it's your body and you get to choose. So just soften the jaw, let the lips part. And it's okay if it feels a little awkward at first as you start to figure it out. I know for me, my throat starts to close and I start to do the yogic breathing. And sometimes giving a little bit more of that sound as you exhale helps to open up the throat. And as we start to open up the throat chakra, we're also inviting an opening through the root, base of the spine, that connection point to the earth. 2 more breaths in through the mouth, out through the mouth. Slowly, we're going to start to prepare for a breath hold. So in through the nose, out through the mouth, or continuing with the mouth breathing. And on the next exhale, you're going to empty out completely. So use your belly to really contract the body. Every last bit of air released. And then you'll slowly breathe in through the nose. And we're not going to hold the breath for long, but what's going to happen is you're going to seal off the mouth and the nose when you get to the top. And then we'll just pause there. So fill all the way up. And then when you think you're all the way full, can you sip in even a little bit more air through the nose? Seal off the nose, seal off the mouth, pause. That might be enough, or if you want to add on, you can start to create a constriction through the body, squeeze the hands, the feet, just activate the muscles in the body, maybe even a little bit of flexion, crunching into yourself, holding the breath, and continue to hold the breath, start to relax all the muscles in your body. 10 more seconds just holding that breath. You've got it. Activating all your energy centers. When you're ready to release the breath, you'll release it through closed teeth like you're a hissing snake and slowly letting it go. Finding whichever breath feels the easiest and most natural for you. If it's comfortable to close the eyes, we'll just come back to the in through the nose, out through the mouth. We'll do about 3 to 5 rounds. Again, you don't have to obsess over the counting. I'll let you know, but it just helps to give you a sense of what's coming next so you don't have to worry or plan too much. And if you're not totally sure what's going on right now, we are connecting with the breath as a way to access different parts of the brain, helping to shift awareness, helping to bring really focused attention into the body. So it's an embodiment practice of feeling your body. So there's this idea of using the breath to access relaxation states in the body. I think I said this last week, but it goes both ways. You can start to call in relaxation in the body, and then you'll find yourself connecting with your breath. So that means that whatever you're doing right now, you're doing it right. And you can show up to a breathwork class or breathwork practice doing your own breathing the entire time, not doing anything that the teacher is guiding, and you're still doing it right. So let yourself off the hook and have your own experience right here, right now. This is not another problem that needs to be managed in your life. Your experience is valid. Your pace is valid. Okay, moving into the mouth breathing again. If you want to add a little bit more of that sigh as you exhale to release pent up tension in the body, go ahead. And you're calling in the diaphragmatic breath. So, oops, excuse me, the belly is still pumping. And if it feels comfortable, you can start to allow the belly to fill and then the chest and then exhale. Starting with the belly, letting it rise up into the chest and exhale. You can think of it as a two-part breath, belly, chest, and then exhale, or you can let that inhalation just be a little bit more of a natural flow of the breath rising into the chest. And the idea here is that we're not pausing at the top or pausing at the bottom. It's a smooth, connected breath. You can even imagine a loop or a circle. Two more. Okay, this time on your next exhalation, empty out all the way. We'll do one more breath hold. So the idea is that you empty out all the way, nothing left, and then slowly sipping the air in through the nose all the way to the top. Seal off the nose, seal off the mouth. That might be enough for you right there to hold it. Or you're adding on a little bit of muscle tension, a little bit of that engagement, hands, your bum, your root, even your belly a little bit. Hold the breath, relax the body. You can start to send energy up through the crown of the head here. And we're going to hold it for another 10 seconds. If holding it until I tell you to release is too much, you can always follow what feels right for you. Otherwise, we're almost there. And then slowly releasing through the teeth. Go ahead. And then just back to whichever breathing you like. That might be the mouth breathing or the nose breathing or a combination. And so we didn't hold the breath hold for too long, but the idea is that it can really help to shift your mental state. It can help to shift your mindset. It can really help to shift your mood. And sometimes it just feels good, like you're taking up more space within your body, or just the permission to let your body take up more space within your quantum field. And so right now, option to take your body and actually take up more space. So you can even just bring your arms, yeah, out on the bed. And then can you start to feel, whichever way that you're breathing now, this idea of feeling from the inside out. So feeling how the lungs on the innermost portion of the torso is creating that space. Naturally, as you breathe in, that space coming between each rib bone. And like I said earlier, this belly breath, the diaphragm draws down with each inhalation, is also creating a slight massage, a slight movement at the back of the sacrum. Now, you don't always feel that happening, but those really small shifts happen with each breath. And so by choosing to be here and choosing to connect with your breath, you are coming into that place of a sacred connection. We oftentimes rush through the day, rush through our experiences, one thing to the next. So it actually takes a lot of courage. It's so brave of you to sit here with yourself. If meditation was easy, everybody would do it. If meditation were easy, it wouldn't be something that needs to be practiced. It's the same with our mindset, with our faith. It's something that we have to choose. When they talk about positivity, thinking positively, thinking on the bright side, it's an action because we have to choose it. And now letting yourself come into that space of softness, that space of vulnerability, and yet nothing needs to change. The mind likes to play games on us that everything needs to be different. And yet we are here. Here you are. And so your consciousness does not need to be tamed, does not need to be guided, does not need to be punished. You get to take up space right here, right now, and we'll move into a very short period of silence. Just take about 2 minutes, and then I'll call you back. So as we come back together here, can you stay with your breath? Can you stay with the softness in your body? And to seal off the practice, this period of integration, can you start to lengthen out the breath like we did at the beginning of class? So it's more of a full body breath and it is a little bit more stimulating to the body, really bringing in awareness, bringing in energy, starting to feel to the outside edges of your physical body. And maybe you're even able to feel that place beyond, that place of energetic capacity, that place where you end and others begin. And just one more clearing breath here. And then now option to take your hands onto your body. And so it's a little bit of a centering now. And gathering up close to your heart all of the intentions that you set at the beginning of class, knowing that if you did experience it here tonight during this class, it's something that is accessible to you. If it's something that you did not experience, know that change will come. Whatever it is that you are calling in is also calling to you, otherwise, you would not have the desire. So, your desires are sacred, your pain is sacred, struggle is sacred. All these parts of yourself are valid. There's no part of you that needs to be cut off or hidden away. And just know that the creativity that finds you is a blessing. If you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm sending you so much love. Thank you.